this time, so... Hey! Yes, things are working. Good. Right, we're back in the Wrath of the Righteous, with Amir de Minox, and when we last left off, we were hunting around the top city. We took out his target, Raybow's target. Now, I think we're in Woolgis location? I'm not sure. It says abandoned mansion. And it's big, so... What was it? Baphomet? Okay, so...
Might be trap, might be treasure. Ask nicely. Watch out.
Just go stealth.
My tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
So I gotta disable this trap to get the other trap.
Might be trap, might be treasure. This is my kind of work.
Oh, not much loot. It's definitely not worth trapping though. Fall like that, so it's being evil. It's being an emotion. A fine hide.
What's that?
More importantly, it's a button. Aha! The real treasure. With the stuff hidden behind walls.
Watch out for trouble.
Nothing else in the room, it seems. So, good. Just double check down here, see if someone else didn't take anything.
Keep your calm.
Right, there's appears to be like a room over here. Oh yeah, it is. Antechamber. I would have thought there would be a trap or something here.
There are many roads to success.
No one detected anything, so... We've got detection and awareness skills out the wazoo. We can detect virtually everything on the sun. I'm a
I
little...
will guide.
Oh. Hello. Voitel. Voitel is waiting for you in the main hall of the mansion. The spikes on his powerful shoulders and back bulge out violently. I knew the spawn of Yggdrasil would come. That's what's time to gaze at his inheritance. Pathetic. Stupid nobody. Do you think you'll be lucky a second time? Run, little tiefling. Run away and don't stop. And maybe you'll survive a little longer. But I'll still find you. No matter where you run, I'll suck your eyes out of their socket like grapes from their skins. You think I was lucky, you lizard? I had the chief with me then. And now I don't even need the chief to kick your ass. I came for my inheritance, for my power, and when I get it, we'll see who's laughing. Then, Woolgis looks buggy and whispers, I think I went a bit too far there. Do you reckon he'll kill me quickly after that? And the thing I just said about not needing you, I was just saying but I didn't mean it, so don't get any ideas. Why are you so eager to destroy Woolgis? He hasn't done anything to you. He and... I can't get into the voice, it's going to grow in my throat after a while. He and Yggdrasil are all guilty before my mistress by virtue of their very birth. Lady Heps Samira, the strongest child of Baphomet, hunts down her unworthy brothers and sisters, because she alone should stand before the throne of her father, the Lord of Labyrinth. I will tell you how Yggdrasil was killed, you pile of refuse, and his story will be the last thing that you hear. No one can escape from Mistress Samira. Yggdrasil tried. At first he settled down here. He thought that in the lands of Nocticula No one would get him. Ha! I found him for my mistress. When he sensed me, he locked himself in his treasure room like a cowardly rat not wanting to accept his inevitable death. I carved through his henchmen and reached his hiding place. The bones who did not have time to flee crunched beneath my feet. I tore down the doors to the treasure room, pretending to myself that I was ripping apart the pathetic coward, but inside I found only a corpse. Oh, my lady was so pleased, but... The demon's small eyes squinted suspiciously. I knew something was wrong. The corpse lay in front of me, but I felt for sure that Jägerfellas had escaped. I tortured servants until they revealed the secret of the moon of the abyss. I made them search every corner, but the moon was gone. How many years I searched for it, and then I found it. Not only it, but this tiefling as well. Lady Hepzibah will reward me when I bring her the horned skull of the defective spawn that dishonours the blood of Baphomet. And she will reward me twice over when I reveal the escape of the scum. Wait, is Woldrif a descendant of Baphomet himself? Yeah, so you're telling me that I'm related to old Baphomet? How did that happen? Lord Baphomet conceived many demons, many bastard children unworthy of their father. One of them was... I'm not sure if that's why it's supposed to be pronounced or not. Jägerfellas, who made his way to Golorion. His blood, and hence the blood of Baphomet, flows in you, tiefling. Lady Hepzibah will destroy all who defile the purity of its blood. My, it turns out you're of noble blood. Darian sweeps into a low, mocking bow before Woldrif. I beg your pardon, my dear sir, but would you be so kind as to remind me how I should address a noble person from the abyss? Your unholiness, or perhaps your deplorable disgrace? Hold on. So does this mean that when you were telling me all those tales about actually being a prince of our land, you were actually telling me the truth? You've been telling those tales for a long time. It's like, I didn't know this myself. Look, looks like it. Go figure. Woldrif shakes his head in disbelief. I mean, I thought I was lying, but it turns out I tripped over the truth without even knowing it. You sure did. I seem to recall you waggling 10 coins out of me, promising to pay me with heaps of gold once you found your family and got your inheritance. Well, it's time to pay up. The thing is, my family's still alive and kicking, see? Why don't we revisit the topic once we're not under the threat of slow and painful death? What is this moon of the abyss? As a tiefling, if Phil left the moon for him, he should know the answer. Nobody explained nothing to me. I don't even know why it's so important. Why does nobody ever tell me anything? I don't even know who this Jägerfellas guy is. My grandpa? My great-grandpa? My uncle? Howls with laughter. Stupid tiefling, you don't even know why you're going to die. The demon that caused you to be born will also be the cause of your death. How did you know he was coming here? I was informed that the tiefling was searching for and had set foot in the streets of Alucian. Where else would he go but to the mansion of his ancestor looking for the treasure? The shadow brought me here. The shadow should have known you were here, because it always protects me from you. But why? Why didn't it warn me? Could you just take the moon of the abyss? I'll take the moon of the abyss, yes, but I'm in no hurry, and you're going to die nowhere, skewered on the edge of my spike. That's where you belong, just like your friend, and everyone else who decides to intercede on his behalf. I'll make a goblet of your skull and bring it to my mistress. If that counts as leaving you alone, then you'll have peace aplenty. Enough talk.
Let's have some fun.
I'm not going to do the evil option on that one. We are not going to cross that barrier. Those skills I go after.
I'll rip you apart.
Blech. Rah! Revenge on Hepzibah and her henchmen. A gigantic demonic shadow separates from Waldrof's and menacingly hangs in the air. At times it seems to glow, as if the atmosphere of the abyss is feeding it and giving it additional strength. Waldrof, the voice of the shadow, is deep and low, and it seems to penetrate the mind, enveloping and replacing any other thought. My heir. Waldrof freezes as if under some spell. Grandpa, I mean, Your Honor, I don't know what to call you. I haven't even never had a grandpa like this before. And I always knew it was your shadow? You're my guardian demon, huh? Well, why not? I always knew I was special. Prince or something. And this is the chief. You should get to know each other. Chief is my grandpa. It is easy to deceive those who do not know what you know. My grandson Waldrof discovered this knowledge without my help, and I am proud of him. He deserves to become my heir, the one who will take my strength and avenge the fall of my branch of the family. A new Ygelfeles will rise again. That's great and all, Gramps, but I'm not quite following you. Revenge? A new Ygelfeles? Gefelis? I mean, I want your power, of course, but like you said, it's easy to deceive and all that, right, Chief? What do you want from him? I want my grandson to accept my power and become a continuation of me. Tell me, Waldrof, do you want to ascend to the top of the world and rule it? If you combine my powers with your resourcefulness, the Abyss will submit to us, and those who've wronged us will be punished. There are many such wrongdoers, Waldrof. Yes, I see, I know, and every wrong has another step leading you to this moment. You have endured everything. You are worthy of great power, my grandson. I'm worthy. Yeah, but I didn't even do anything. Listen, Grandpa, I understand you've been holed up in that crystal for a long time, so you probably don't know me very well. I just steal here and there, trade a little, and I've never done anything special. You know? Maybe I'm not worthy at all. Maybe you're just wrong. What if later you turn around and say, why did I go and give you that power, you useless idiot? No, I am not mistaken. I foresaw your birth. I foresaw that you would come here. You're exactly what I need, Waldrof, and no one can replace you. Thanks to the Ardun. Gives a little chuckle that rumbles like distant thunder. I do not know if you remember the times when prophecies are not just heaps of useless words, but I do remember. You see, I am the son of Baphomet. I don't think you need an explanation on who he is. Baphomet conceived many children. My sister Hepsamira wanted to be the only one. She marked us for death and hunted us down quite successfully. I did not want to be among her victims. I hid in a Lucian, but I knew I wouldn't last long. In the end, I decided to learn my future. Forewarned is forearmed. I was able to acquire all the knowledge I needed about my future self after many rituals. I saw a vision of how I would put a crystal like a dark moon into a silver setting. I spent a long time trying to understand this vision, and finally, bit by bit, a prophecy came to me. I realized that I would have to die in order to live again. That the dark crystal must become my refuge, and receptacle for my powers. I must hide my soul in the crystal, and wait for my heir to come to the abyss and free me. The crystal is the moon of the abyss, set within a silver mount. I sent the Galorian for my grandson. You see, Waldrof, I anticipated your birth like no one else. Oh, Voitel. He wanted to curry favor with his mistress, and nothing more. But you cannot deny his intelligence. Hepsamira was appeased when she saw my head, but he discovered the truth about the moon of the abyss, and almost killed Waldrof. Hepsamira, the stupid cow, just wants to destroy all her brothers and sisters indiscriminately. But Voitel, his mind was constantly seeking ways to please her, and his desire aided his efforts. Well, he died pursuing his dream of greatness. Demons don't give anything for nothing. What do you want to return? I have only one condition, and it is a very small one. My spirit will shrinks down to the same size as Waldrof. My spirit will enter your body, Waldrof. It will hide within you, just as it hid within the crystal, invisible to you and invisible to others. So you saw I want to take over my body. What's the point? Really, Grandpa? I thought better of you. Well, I'm your grandson, you know. You shouldn't treat your grandkids that way. You take care of them, put them in their hijinks and stuff. Not make puppets out of them. Life has taught you to be too cautious, Woljif. I do not want to take your body. I want to help you. Who were you before you found the Moon of the Abyss? A pathetic thief from a small town, a coward and a traitor. A boy who was hated by his own mother, driven away from everywhere he went. And now look. Voitel is dead. Look at all the treasures that are rightfully yours. And this is the beginning. You will become the Prince of the Abyss, my grandson. Lower, more insinuating. As for my living within your body, your success will be my success. I will only give you advice as I did in the World Wound, and you will be free to choose whether or not to listen. However, I see that words will not satisfy you. Let me show you what you'll gain if you agree. You say I've been driven away from everywhere, but the chief hasn't chased me off. Yeah. So show him too. So we did go into this together. Chief, actually it's fine. Forget about it. Do what you want. Shows no sign of impatience, but his darkness seems to become deeper and more compelling. What a loyal friend you have, Woljif. But maybe the chief just wants to guide you every step of the way. Afraid what you become if too independent. Looks to you as if trying to find the answer, but he turns away. I don't know, Gramps, maybe you're right. But even if the chief mouths off, even if he doesn't do what I like, he's still the best thing that ever happened to me. At least let him take a look. As you wish. Because the Shikaro is darkness pulsating us around you until you are completely enveloped, and nothing else can be seen. There's only silence, only darkness, and a soothing voice. Close your eyes. I will show you what the world will be like when the dark moon of the abyss rises. As the darkness recedes, you realize you are standing on the deserted street of Canabras. However, to call standing is an exaggeration. You are a disembodied spirit, and through your transparent body you can see the walls of neighbouring houses. Next to you is a slovenly dressed old woman with a swollen face. Her lips purse unkindly. When she opens her mouth, you hear the velvet voice of "Observe, Commander." Get back here, you weasel. A boy about 10 runs towards you, and as he gets closer, you recognize him as Woljif. He looks scared and clutches a piece of bread to his chest. Grandma, help me! You said I should take bread from them. Hide me, Gran! The old one does not budge. Look at you, Woljif. Small, weak, useless. Always blaming others. Always holding them responsible for your failures. You're exactly the same as you have always been. A boy who was so afraid of the world that he hides behind someone else's back. First your grandmother, then the tieflings, then the commander. Can't hold back his tears anymore. Gran, why don't you ever help me? You're all I have. They'll beat me, so hide me, please. You will remain this way forever because you are too cowardly to seek and weak to cope on your own. Only I can free you from this fear. Accept me, accept my power, and destroy your enemies. Come on, do not hesitate. Watch, Commander. Once you get a taste of this power, you'll never be able to sway him again. Well, if you're not a lonely child anymore, you don't need the powers of a demon, you have the powers of your own. And you have my help. Yeah, friendly one. Do you want to be worthy of the powers of Jägerfell? Then fight back properly. Good question here. How should I respond to this one? So, we're at this point. So the question here is, one of these will possibly push him towards joining with him fully and twist him in some direction, and the other one will probably have how to push him somewhere else, in a different direction. Yeah, that's a good question. Do I want them to... how do I want this guy, if ending, to play out? I mean, we're supposed to be watching, so... Could choose this one. I mean, fighting the other guy again won't be that hard. Splut. That's specific. You find yourself in the basement. The other side across when you met it before, and next wall is you. Seriously? I dealt with this situation. Nothing wrong about you after all, Woodruff. You're a traitor. I took you in the gang because I heard you were a master lockpicker. I was warned that you were a traitor, but I didn't listen. I took you on, and for what? You only endangered the family. But I didn't betray you. I only took what belonged to me, right, Chief? It's your fault I've been treated badly. Maybe if you were nicer, I wouldn't have done it. Don't try to think any of your fast talk on them. It's useless. Deep down, you wanted your chief to appreciate you, and for the tieflings to love you for who you are, so they could really become your family. Then your blood relatives never were. Look at yourself. A coward, a thief, a loudmouth, a street rattener, even a demon spawn. Who would ever want to accept you? There's nothing in you worthy of any interest. Take my power, Woodruff, and enchant them. They'll praise your name endlessly. You'll bask in adoration. If I could tell you I took the moon of the abyss to stay here with you, I would. But I know I can't. The laws of the family won't work the way. I'm sorry it is way, sister. Family, you're the best guy I've ever had. You were. Doesn't matter if you love me or not. You knew it. Right, let's do it again, like a last illusion. This time you're not... You see not one Woodruff in front of you, but two. The second one looks like Hepsamira, who was before him. He looks like an exact copy of himself, but something in him has changed perceptibly. His presence is cold and there's greatness, like an aura of darkness that vibrates around him. Now look, Commander. See what my power bestows. Imprisoned in the crystal, I felt how he called to me, how my magic was changing. I can defeat Hepsamira, even Baphomet himself. With my power, you can easily crush your enemies, and any crusade will seem like a leisurely stroll. Now come and guide my heir to the right path. This is why we come if I accept your gift, Grandpa? I do look pretty good. His voice still sounds uncertain. Woodruff looks back and forth between you and his double. So when you decide right now. There won't be another chance? Alright. I have to ask the Chief one last time. What do you reckon, Chief? Take your power and destroy old Woodruff. You can do it without him. To win, I need you and all the loyal friends I fight alongside, not deals with demons. I don't care. Do what you think is best. I have no idea. See, Ooh. It's a good question, this one. See, he wants to essentially rule via us, and one day take complete control of Woodruff. So, one of these will probably lead to. I mean, if he takes the power for himself, then he's his own man. Take your power and destroy the old Woodruff. You can do it without him. Don't care, do what you think is best. Or say nothing. I mean, does he... I might have to look this up. And see what the, how things may play out with this thing, because I'm not entirely sure. I know I'm umming and ahhing a lot, but I really don't know how to go down with this. I think I've chosen, like, Oh god. You know what? I think if I tell him to take his power from himself, that might be the better option in this one situation, because essentially he's telling him that he's going to take it, accept the power, but he's going to claim it for himself. I could be wrong. What, Chief, you mean have my sweet roll and eat too? Yeah, that's my dream come true. All in all, I think about 8 grams. I decided. Takes off the moon, the embers, and watches the mysterious shimmering light one last time. Throw away everything human and everything that holds you except the power of the moon. You will win. Stands motionless for a moment, then gives a brief smile. You're out of luck, Gramps. I'll take your power, but I think I'll pass on your valuable advice. How do you like that?
Time to practice my combat abilities.
Can't you just die already?
There are many shadows. What are the gunshots?
Simply business.
I thought we'd die because I thought it was helping like nothing. Yes, he's a minus. I have a funny feeling you gotta kill that one.
The light, take you.
Block, 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 block. That one's dead, but quite anyway. Oh, he's a poof. I do wonder what would happen if I took the other option, though. Oh, well, get rid of that. It's not helping.
It's your turn to cease to exist.
Brrr. Steal it?
The
Get him.
inheritor, guide my blade.
We're probably not supposed to be this high level when we get here.
I'll rip you apart.
Well, that's that, I guess. And I was just getting used to having a grandpa. He's not the type who will teach you how to fish and fill a pipe, you know, but he's alright. Probably even decent for a demon. Not surprising that Gran remembered him well.
What if I should do that again?
But I don't give a damn about either of them. I can't wait. I want to test out my new power, Chief. With you, I'll be sure to find the perfect place to test it and the perfect boat to test it on. Thanks, Chief. You're probably the last mortal I'll ever thank. And the first, probably, too. You're special like that. To me. Kind of my only... ally. Yeah, we're allies now. What now? That Hep Samir won't leave me alone now, will she? She'll find out who knocked off her servant. So I'll have to go and show her what I'm made of. And then go about my own business at home. Here, I mean. I can breathe easier here, Chief. Here, no one's gonna call me a traitor. Because everyone's a traitor. No one's gonna condemn me because no one's in any place to judge. And no need to think about who's sincere because everyone's lying. Being around normal people felt like being tossed around in a frying pan, you know? Just trying to save my life by convincing everyone I was a good guy. I'm done with that. I am what I am, a scoundrel and a traitor. So I should be with my kind of people. And I'll be the best of them all. I can promise you that. Until we crush that spawn of Baphomet who keeps causing trouble for me, I'm with you, Chief. After that, if I get bored, I'll leave. Well, so long to the old family nest. I should really take care of you properly. But it's not time yet. We need to lock you up tight so nobody takes nothing. By the way, that goes for you too, Chief. Having me with you is a reward in itself, and we'll snag a lot of gold together.
I like
The
that.
treasure in here is all mine and only mine. You hear?
Okay, I'm going to save. Demon 1. Okay, I thought Demon with A, but who cares? I'm going to do this up again. I'm going to zip through it, and we're going to take the other option where he accepts Grandpa. I have a funny thing, I've chosen throughout the game, I've chosen all the options that will make him choose the demon ending anyway.
Might be trap,
Might be treasure. Well, I know
Ask
down.
nicely. My tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
Try it again.
This is my kind of work. Might be trap, might be treasure. Pretty good, aren't I?
Yep. Come on. Okay. Look at the rest of them in here. Wonderwall, got it. Oh yeah, Wonderwall was really, really good at detecting things. So we'll run through there, run through here, grab all the loot, and then we'll do the little scene again. This time we'll not choose the option that makes him go, I'm going to take this power for myself, and do the fight.
Watch out for trouble.
Now if I just like put
Something
cast a
wrong?
haste on her now. I
Keep your calm.
Dum dum. Bum 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 bum. Boom. Die.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
I already cast haste, so we're all good.
Cover me,
Die.
right?
Come on! Hell of the bell. I think I was launching attackers realised that. Oh, she crit shot and killed him with a 2-hit shot. You died even faster this time. Oh my god, you killed him quick. I know, that was impressive. I trick people with my spells. Da 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 da. I can't speed through this. Do 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 do. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, excellent. But space can do this. Gets a little faster. We're gonna take down Hetsamina anyway because she's serving Baphomet. So she's serving him Descari. I'm gonna choose to say nothing. Okay, so still shows that in that one. Hmm.
Time to practice my combat abilities.
We'll load up Demon 1 at the end, so back to reroll. I want to see if there's a different ending option here, because he chose power for himself. I wonder if, you know what about looting this time was going to run straight
Might
up.
be trap, might be treasure.
Watch out for trouble.
I think we're going to loot after this whole fight anyway, so. Lift up. Kill him.
Let's have some fun.
Get him! I didn't get out anymore, I'm just going to kill him. Quick haste. Well, Seal gonna go first this time. I made a change. Hi-yo! At least I didn't die in 2 hits.
They'll beg me to stop.
Still didn't help out. Bleh. I'm gonna hit some unit. I can't do a save at this point, so. I'll just let's see. Okay. I can't do some mid saves in this one, well, for sure. I'll look around to take power, but I don't think I'll pass. Okay, so every time each run I've done that, he's chosen the option. He's then afterwards said, "Nope, I'm going to take the power for myself." wonder if you get the fight, do this without getting to the fight with him. Da, da, da. How do we not fight this guy? That's a good question. Okay, so I wonder if this is part of the his path then. So another quick check up here to see if there's actually a way to get around this. Dun, dun. So, is there like no way to actually do this without having to fight this guy? I have a funny feeling there's no way to do this. He goes this to the ending, he chooses to fight. Well, now that fight's played out multiple times, we'll just go with Demon Lord 1. We'll finish losing this place. We're healing steadily, so it doesn't matter. defeat. So no matter what we choose, the option we've chosen, or path we've chosen, is chosen. Because no matter what we've chosen, it's led to the same thing each time, which is he fights. He says, "Nope, it's my power now," and they fight. And I have no idea how to actually go about it in a way that he doesn't fight. Unless you choose the other end, you get do the good, all good options on him. He goes, "Oh," and then he just like gets doesn't fight him, but I don't think he rejects the power either. I wanted to take down Hetsamira anyway. So, despite having to reverse time multiple times, we could not figure out a way to deal with, get around that thing. We use the 10,000 delights. Oh, that one down there. Oh, good point. We're down here. We need to go upstairs somehow? Ah, also. Yeah. Well, that's where we kind of want to go anyway, so we'll just pull out of here instead. Just quick. And then we'll head to the Assassin's Guild. But yeah, I had to like scan that for quite a bit, try to figure out what the best option was, or actually try to see if I could find out if there was a way to get around it. It seems in this course, which I think I've chosen via options, various choices, allow me down this path. We have, he will say nope to being controlled, and will fight and take his grandfather's file for himself. And inadvertently do exactly what he wanted. Alright. 10,000 lights. From here, we want to go here. And go down. Okay, and the map says fall up. Yeah, there is. I get the door eventually, you just have to alter the scenery enough. Assassins won't work for less than... Go hire some kind of fucks of lower see if you're empty. Boulder. Wow. Well, your name's around the door, isn't it? Tiger Sun, Sin, the Assassins, Blood Moons. Wow, so these guys are all case of where assassins were professionals. Which has cost you fulfilled your task and are no longer of interest to me. That's Horror's Alley. Didn't I have one tell them to come down here? Station. Yeah, where's that's going to Hozala. Do I have to talk with you?
You know what you're doing. Good.
Yours? And even then, before you clearly a penchant for jewelry, see. Demons that kill to satisfy sneer, you reach you loudly. There you go. Such exquisite adornments are not enough to hide the fact that he is a hardened warrior and ruthless killer. His face and hands are covered in long, badly healed scars, and he moves as gracefully as the most skilled swordsman. Look at it here. It is the arrogant Galorian who disposed of our poor Willowdus. Your eye frowns slightly, giving a pointed glance towards his bodyguards. You aren't about to do something really stupid and start a massacre here, right? Can we just talk? Hozala? Yes, this little demoness is one of my most useful servants. Besides, it's also very prestigious to have a daughter of Baphomet working under you. At the Horn Demon were a mix of condensation, sophistication, and possessiveness. She stares fixedly at the floor. Yes, Master, I am your servant. For a fleeting moment, you notice the shadow of angry displeasure across her face. A spark of fear flashes in Yoz's eyes, like a boy who realizes he's gone too far with testing the patience of his parents. Who are you, the leader of this gang of assassins? He's like, yes, you say that, Yoz, but she will wipe the floor with you. Yes, and I am proud of it. The abyss is full of butchers and monsters, so anyone who chooses to be an assassin among monsters and butchers commands a high level of respect. If they live long enough to make a name for themselves, of course. My guild attracts assassins from many planes. No one hires us for simple things, like murdering noisy neighbours or cutting the throat of a cheating merchant. As I'm sure you know, it's easier and cheaper to do it yourself. And there's no need to get assassins involved. No, if someone turns to an assassin, it means that the victim is dangerous, cunning, and well-protected target. I've heard a lot about you, Yoz. You're the head of a highly reputable guild that operates on many planes beside the abyss. Many of my colleagues would consider an honor to walk alongside you. Unlike myself. Yoz raised a hand apologetically. Several rings glittered on his fingers. Fine, fine. I was the one who actually gave Greybor the assignments. I needed to light a little fire underneath this cauldron, where so many minions of demon lords are being mixed together. I ordered him to murder those demons in Canabras. I put a hit out on Darazad. Although that ugly idiot didn't bother me at all. But he was an ugly idiot indeed, and a vengeful one to boot. That's why I gave Greybor a dagger that's only supposed to wound the Balor, and that's why using Willowdust's name was important. It was a perfect hand of cards. Darazar survived after suffering a painful, humiliating wound by a mortal's hand. No offense, of course. The Balor couldn't simply let that go, and so he started a vendetta against Willowdust, dragging other Death Carites into it. And that was my goal all along. Because Willowdust was my real target. A target that was very difficult to reach. Yoz seems to revel in his own cleverness. He smirks and smiles with a smug satisfaction. So essentially, he pushed several counters along, different pieces along, to make a domino effect happen. To weaken Willowdust, to allow him to be got to. The dwarf gives him a grim chuckle, and whispered loudly enough to be heard. People like you are why us assassins have such a lousy reputation. No respect for agreements. You acted dishonorably. Such cunning. Your plan was impressive. Demon nods smugly and glances at you approvingly. When I first met you, I sensed that you were shrewd in such manners, and a new thing or two about villainy. For the hand will chuckle. I have to admit, it was masterfully executed. I mean, Greyboar is like, you know what? As much as I hate the guy for what he did, the plan was beautifully executed. He said that it takes a lot of cunning and a lot of smart intelligence to ping something just right, so it hits something just right, so the effects ripple to what your target is. You're the head of an Assassin's Guild. Why didn't you just send your underlings after Willidus? Grimaces slightly and replies with visible displeasure. Who say I didn't? I lost a number of capable killers. He closes himself quickly, and the arrogant smile returns to his face. And yet, as you can see, I found a more elegant and economical way to execute this plan. I won't lie to you, this kind of plotting makes me very proud of my own guile. My assistants made sure that every lava in the city knew about the bounty on Wildus' head. I knew that Greyboar returned to Alushia and decided to use him once more. And just like poor Darazan, he had no idea he was merely a pawn of mine. As I envisioned, you didn't linger and paid Wildus a visit. I had no doubt that the paranoic would try to kill anyone who crossed his doorstep, but I expected you to overcome him, and I was right. Snorts derisively. I thought your guild had the best contractors, but hearing your story, sound like amateurs to me. Why did you do all this? For money and power, of course. This has been my primary motivation for many years now. Somebody wanted that old woodlouse dead, and clever Yoz has fulfilled their wish, and with the expectation of being showered in privileges and treasures. You're getting a share of those privileges and treasures, by the way. I trust you're not going to refuse the reward provided for freelance operatives. Trust me, the sum is considerable. Yours to the turn, and I haven't thought about you either. You'll be rewarded in a portion to your truly astonishing lethality. Ooh, that's a lot of gold. Wow. Just shy of 1 million. Neon flashes its perfect sharp teeth and then snaps his fingers. Suddenly a thick purse appears in front of you, smelling of exquisite perfume. I had no doubt we'd come to an understanding. After all, we shared the common language. The language of gold. Since it was my reputation, the damage result of the plot, like I say, it fairly claimed to 20% of the total fee. Nods and gives a grunt of satisfaction. I appreciate your integrity when it comes to business, Dibel. As you, Greyboar, you've proven your competence. No apology, allow me to offer you membership to my Assassin's Guild. Consider recognition of your talents and that you have long desired. I promise you prestige, respect, and truly staggering fees. Of course, I won't demand that you serve your current contract. You may claim your well-deserved place in our guild when it expires. So then, what do you say? Will I be welcoming you into the big league? To the big league? Turns you with a very serious expression. His voice is reserved but formal. Well, are we bound by an active agreement and then... What about quitting the business? I mean, he's had a tight sum, he's got quite a lot of money actually. But then again, it's what he likes doing. He enjoys the hunt professionalism. I've truly prepared for your lot in with demons. good question here. Okay, why would it? I think I hit each one of these characters again like a. You must choose outcome for a X, Y, and Z ending. Which is great. Truly. I love it. Sure, I don't mind having every character to choose every character's ending. It seems like everyone got an ending going off here, and everyone is going for this last thing of you must choose your ending. I will say advise it. In relief. And there's gratitude in his voice. We have an active contract. You could deny me this, but I appreciate you. You're discerning enough to respect my skills. Well, he's an assassin through and through. Does not waste a will of yours. Where do I sign? What are you talking about? We're not devils, after all. Splendid. You have a bright future here, my diminutive deadly friend. He was a bored yawn, and there's a note of finality to his tone. Well, this was a very entertaining, enlightening conversation, but I see no reason why we should continue. You received your answers, and should probably be away. Meanwhile, I should get back to plotting another bloody and violent murder. Have a good day. A suspicious glance at Yel's direction, Greybolt turns to you. Indeed, this was an unexpected meeting. If you want to discuss what happened privately, I'm at your service, Commander. Can I get upstairs?
For trouble.
No, I don't think I can't get upstairs. No, there's doors in every direction. Probably could have gone on a killing spree.
Keep your calm.
But he's got a bright future in the Assassin's Guild. Unfortunately, we didn't get any contracts. Or things, which is a little sad because I would have liked to have done this. Some power playing and whatnot. Let's head back to the Nexus. I think I've got to do that to complete it. Yeah, he wants to talk about this as back home. So Woodruff's gone, I'm evil. Ah, la, 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 la.
There are many rules.
Cause I'm evil. La, 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 la. But other than that, I think Woodruff is the only one taking like the dark ending, but then again I am going to turn himself into a devil, so I can't exactly complain much about a tiefling. I do wonder what happened if you'd been a tiefling though. Actually, if you were a tiefling, you'd probably choose the demon path. You'd probably choose the demon path and go, hey, because you're just accepting your other half. Now what would really truly would be a cackling of hilarity would be if you were an angel of the celestial Asimir guys and you chose to become a devil, chose to become a demon. That would be hilarious. Right, where's Greyboy hiding? He's inside. I've also used some spells, so I might as well heal, rest up. I mean, when you pass? No, Chief, I won't use them against you as long as you don't stand in my way. I have plans for the Abyss. When we finish with Hexamira and all them Baphomets, I'm gonna fix up old Gramps' mansion and think about what I'm gonna do. I know one thing for sure. There's nothing for me on Galorian. I'm here out of respect for you. Yeah, so for this, you know, Chief, if the wound closes, it'll be good, but will we see each other again? The only thing I regret is that we won't be able to get together for a mug of ale and remember our adventures. Although I'm definitely gonna live longer than you. Every 100 years I'll make sure to drink something out of the enemy's skull in your honor. Hey, he still does this stuff. No, let's sort it by type. But unfortunately, I don't think he has anything decent. This is all stuff you can get like at early doors, so. So, cloak resistance. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is, I know it's like scrolling quickly, but it's like I can read it quick enough to figure out what I'm seeing. I'm looking for certain patterns in the texture and text. But yeah, nothing really there to be honest. Perhaps I should thank you for your help. You assisted me in dealing with all Yoz's schemes, even though you didn't even need to do so. I'm grateful for that. You know, just kind of mess we got ourselves into. Pause for a moment and then slowly begins to explain. An anonymous client ordered Yoz, the head of the Assassin Guild of Nasalaria, to kill Wildus. He tried to take a target down several times, but Wildus turned out to be quite a tough nut to crack. Then Yoz gave me a new anonymous assignment. Kill Darazad and tell him that Wildus sent his best regards. However, Yoz gave me a weapon that could only wound Darazad, not kill him. He hoped it would provoke Darazad and make him angry enough to go kill Wildus himself. Of course, you killed Darazad before he even had a chance to do anything else. When Yoz found out that we were both in the Abyss, and that I'd be eager to talk to Wildus, he started giving me hints as to where to find this fella. We lived up to his expectation. Wildus is dead, and I'm sure you remember what happened next as well as I do. So we killed Wildus for no reason. Well, depends on how you look at it. Was he blamed for the damage to my reputation? No. Was he an utterly disgusting creature whose face practically begged me to sink an axe into it? Did he try to kill us in his own manner? Were the creatures we encountered inside man the most atrocious and perverted things I'd ever met? The answer to all these questions is yes. And I don't think anyone's going to cry themselves to sleep over his death. And neither should we. Your position is restored. How do you feel? The spark of amusement into both sides. I feel at peace. Now people will think twice before attempting to ruin my good name. I'm grateful that my companions didn't leave me to deal with this by myself, even though they had every right to do so. So while I'm used to working alone, I appreciate a team I can trust. It's good to have someone who got my back. Protecting one's honor is important. That's agreement. Who will we be without our reputation? A bunch of opportunistic scoundrels who've been driven away from every door. A terrible life is worth a copper. The heavy side will fluctuate right now. Is there really much a difference between me and them? They are the product of the worst parts of our mortal souls. They are sin incarnate. Many say the same thing about me. I was never a coward, so I'm not able to admit that my soul is black and evil. I murder others for money, and I will never become a respectable member of society, a friend or a father. But I'm tired of asking for forgiveness for what I am. Here, I will not be judged for my profession. Noble clenches his fists and mutters through gritted teeth. I am not the freak or monster they think I am back in Gloria. How dare they hire me to murder their enemies and then despise me for my profession? They'll treat me differently in the Abyss. The demons respect my skills. They will treat me as a professional, not a criminal or a blackguard. It's strange to say this, but I don't feel out of place here. Have you ever thought about quitting the guild business? I'll become what? A farmer? A butler? Or maybe an innkeeper? All those who tell tall tales about their adventurous youth and drunk patrons. My soul is that of a wanderer and a killer. My art is my only source of pride, and abandoning it will make me useless in my own eyes. Believe me, I've already tried to settle down and find an honest job, and nothing good came from it. I will quit my profession only when I am judged by Pharasma herself. Oh, well, what do you think about your membership to the Guild of the Assassins? Hides a smug smile behind his beard. I think this position rightfully belongs to me. This guild is not as infamous as the Red Mantis, the legendary fanatic assassins who precede their victims as offerings to the god. I'm going to butcher. Ajayakek, or the silent monks of Asphyxia, who guard some kind of secret knowledge and murder anyone who dares touch it. But its name still means something to the then client. The Ala Lucia is a crossroads between several planes, and Yod's assassins work not only in the Abyss and on Gloria, but also many other interesting places. The fact that I was accepted into this society is undeniable proof of my professionalism. I am grateful that you did not insist on the exclusivity of our contract, but allowed me to reap the benefits of my hard work. Nothing really changed for me. The encounter with Drazad ended in the exact same way. I attacked him right as the Crusader force broke the Demon Lord's hold over Dresden, and he managed to escape. I'm not going to choose the option of that you want to end the contract. But I don't know if you can actually lose your party members. Why does it do it? It says she's here. Yeah. Would make sense. Well, rest for 11 hours. Had a good meal. Let's see. That's 2 quests checked off the list. A slivering of XP. See, I'm slowly nudging us towards evil. Let's see, that's that done. That's done. This one and this one still have to do a thing. I haven't found any other masks. Well, a lot of these masks. I'm not even doing that one. I had the Succubi. When the name is known in certain circles. I'm not famous yet in the Abyss, but I'm getting there. When I'm more famous, and I think doing the Bliss experience it will get us more famous. This one we talked to in the Hedrian League. And you know, I don't see the problem with two of my party members feeling more at home in the Abyss. I mean, where, you know, how is it up to me where they wind up in the world? If they want to wind up in the Abyss, let them. It'll suit them better. I've had you in the party for a while. Except for a tank. It says that, but we have to talk to... We have to get into the Hadrian League first. Before we get the Abyss thing. Somewhere around here, Minago's plotting on us. As usual. I won't highlight the birdie. Yeah, that's fine. Nope. Not fine. Honestly, being in my positions. Oops, right. I moved my head the wrong way. Would you mind coming back? I apologize, I looked the wrong way, I looked at you. You know, annoyingly, on Rogue Trader, the next DLC is coming out. Like, I'm in the last chapter. I'm pretty sure I'm in like the point of no return, which is problematic because it's another chapter and it's like adds more stuff. He's like, how can I be of assistance? I arranged a deal with the Succubi. I'm glad to hear it. Your help in these matters is invaluable. Since I cannot attend to them myself, I think you will find the reward for your assistance is quite generous. I've arranged a fight for you against a member of the Hadrian League. Please let me know as soon as you are ready. I don't think I've entered the Hadrian League. You've got to kill one off first before you can get in. Who is my opponent? I hope people came prepared. A member of the Hadrian League, my opponents. Assam is your next opponent. Has claimed the lives of over 100 of her opponents. She has also been slain in the arena on 3 separate occasions. However, she never stays dead. It's quite mysterious, but she always comes back to life, ready to fight in the battle with us once more. See if Inglesa is familiar, and then nods. Atslem will be your opponent. She's a very dangerous member of the Hadrian League, but she's a bit of a mystery. She used to work for the Assassin's Guild, but no one knows why she left. She is swift, deadly, and violent, but most importantly, she's extremely hard to kill. Staying your guard against her, and earning your membership in the Hadrian League will not be easy. I'm ready. I have Blaze Lost with me. I wish you good luck. If you die, greet death with a sweet kiss. Better still, slay all your opponents and return alive and victorious. I have brought a giant bird. Oh, have you? No, I am not a giant bird. Now he wants a piece of the Hadrian League. This is well, the Mephit Slayer. I'm only that because you threw Mephits at me. You know her, you obsess over her, and you all fear her. We enjoyed her hundreds of victories in the arena, and 3 times we enjoyed her but death. And she has come back from the dead. And after the suffering Aslam, thrice killed. Right, what are you going to do is tweak this in her favour. Your eyes out faster than you can blink. Well, you blink fast. The winner of this fight will be granted membership to the Hadrian League, and the other will die. Or in the case of Aslan, not die. We'll have to find out. I mean, let's face it, she's died 3 times. 3 times she's been killed. And 3 times she comes back to life. She probably has a thing somewhere. I'm not gonna waste my magic until I get closer and start the fight.
I am yours to command. Tear your throat out.
Ask them. Oh, what's going on with Woodruff now? Dark Moon Rising. Apparently we inspired him to not submit. Any particularly new things he's got on his sleeve? Yeah, we went for a sneak attack, so just so you know. Okay, so maybe go kill her 3 times. Let's see. Poison. It is poison, death, ability score, damage, drain, energy, cold. Effects condition, petrified. Oh, actually says absolutely nothing about this.
Cover me, all right?
Blip. I'll be back. I always come back. This is not the end. We have it in the Hadrian League. Fight us down. He was a member of the Hadrian League. I was expecting something else. I mean, we could just do that then as like Wonderwall killer. Now he's what come down to see us. Ermangalef solemnly raises his hand for silence as I sweep off the arena before coming to us anew. The sly look on his face. There's a sly look on his face. He gives you a cheerful wink before quickly resuming pomps and dignified expression. He turns back to the crowd and his voice booms over the arena. Behold, the newest members of the Hadrian League. He is invincible, bloodthirsty, violent, and cunning. Ishubel, the Mephet Slayer. Glory and death. The crowd goes wild. Demons climb over one another, trying to get a better look at you. The roar of the spectators grows so loud you can feel it in your bones. The audience is utterly enthralled. They look at you in wonder and worship as if you're a god. When they walk past in the adoration of the crowd, she grins happily. I like this place. They appreciate the skill of a true warrior. I think I'd kill again just to hear their screams from the crowd. You really like this? I feel like my head about to explode from all the screaming. Those beep in the stands don't care about who lives or dies. You survived, but they would just be just as happy to watch you spill your guts on the arena. But that's what makes the delight of the crowd even sweeter. I'm the one who survived. They're cheering for me. I've never felt so alive. You know, I'm going to shout the traditional gladiatorial battle cry. The crowd roars with approval, the screams of the audience shake the arena, and the battle bliss trembles with the noise of their stomping feet. They pump their fists, exhaling in the air and yell in unison, Mephit Slayer! It's like, I am literally the commander of the crusade. I have killed giants and Balors. Why are you celebrating me killing Mephits? I'm Darazad, the Slayer of Darazad. Can I have a better name? And Mangalef lays his fat hand on your shoulder in exaggerated friendliness. This gladiator is no longer an unknown fighter, alone without a place to belong. For his valor and courage, you will receive a collar of the Nehedrian League. From now on, he is a precious property of the Balbus. I am pleased to tell you that I have personally taken this worthy warrior under my wing. Look out, chump! Pats you on the shoulder again, and as he does, the world around you fades to black. Yep. Enslavement. Yep, that's how he keeps them. Hey, that's not fooling around. You've got more methods to defeat. Mangalef looms over you. The arena's master's massive bloated torso wiggles wildly as he bursts into a fit of maniacal laughter. As the Cambion howls in amusement, you realize that your neck feels stiff. You reach up a hand and discover that you are now wearing a jewel-studded metal collar. Hand's voice is filled with sorrow and remorse. I've let you down, champion. That fiend is taking you captive, and I was unable to stop him. I could not perceive his motives through the veil of insanity that shrouds his damaged mind. I knew we were in the abyss, a place where you can't even trust your own shadow, but I failed to be vigilant. Well, what's done is done. Stay strong, we'll find a way to free you. I expected an explanation. Mangalef grins. What did you expect? You were so desperate to join the Nehedrian League. Now you remember. Did you think I'd let you wander around Lucia and risk your ass out on the streets? Well, think again. I don't want anyone to slit your throat and leave you bleeding to death in some back alley. A death out any spectators? Absolutely not. When you die, the crowd will be screaming from the stands. That's a promise. The Cambion points at your collar with a smile. Please accept my small gift. The small gift with my compliments. It will guarantee your safety. This collar will make sure you do not leave the Battle of Bliss. I don't want you looking for trouble on the streets. It will be also prevent you from picking fights with gladiators outside the scheduled fight times. It would be so wasteful if you started killing one another outside the arena. The crowds would miss out on all the action. No, there will be a time and place for fighting, but here you can experience other kinds of entertainment. You'll enjoy all the pleasures accorded a new star in the arena, the best food and drink, and most passionate succubi, and throngs of adoring fans. You'll love being my property, I promise. Well, I think your answers were very reasonable. Of course, I'm a very reasonable person. Mangalef burst into another crazy fit of raucous laughter. The veins bulge in his fat neck. His eyes nearly pop from their sockets. Where are my companions? Your companions? Ah, yes, there was a group of Galorians who came looking for you, but I gave the guards strict order to keep them away. Are they your slaves? Forget about them, you won't need them anymore. I own the best slaves in Lucia, and they're all at your disposal. Let's take this collar off right now. You don't know who I am, do you? You've made a big mistake. You do realize that you're not my first obstinate guest, don't you? Some of the creatures who have been worn my collars once aspired to become demon lords. Trust me, I am very prudent. My collars are designed to restrain all manner of creatures. Not even a Balor could escape. It won't work. I'll find a way to get free. The arena master nods and chuckles. Oh, of course you will, but it won't happen the way you imagine. The crowds want to see the Geldafang tear you apart. They simply cannot wait for that to happen. And who am I to deny them? If I ignore their desires, they will storm the arena. Yes, soon you will take your last stand in the arena. When the champion is done with you, you will be truly free. Of course, you'll be dead, but your spirit will live on. No one will ever forget the ambitious newcomer who almost defeated the champion. This collar reminds me of the steel we broke back in Dresden. If I try to break it here, its powers will be unleashed, and the collar will likely kill you. I don't want to take that risk, at least not now, right now. Let's consider that option as a last resort. For now, you should try to stay calm, be vigilant, and look for opportunities to escape. I'm certain you'll find a way to get free. Do you really think the Mephit Slayer is an amusing title? Insane light in the champion's eyes nearly chokes with laughter. Yes, I think it's magnificent. All finds it very funny. You must admit, I think talent for inventing memorable nicknames. No, you stupid lard bucket, it isn't funny at all. Page no heed. He seems immensely pleased with himself, and his whole body is shaped with laughter. I think you've gone completely insane. I surely am. I'm as mad as a hatter. My marble long lost. But what do you expect? You're in the abyss. Everyone is crazy here. If you're sane and sensible, you are shunned by society. You are considered an outcast. Not everyone seems to like the way you run the arena. Oh, please don't start spouting all that rubbish about fair fights. What does that even mean? One of the opponents is always stronger than the other. That's the whole point. After all, the fights are supposed to be entertaining. The spectators come here to watch a strong triumph over the weak. They want to enjoy the taste of victory without ever leaving their seat. The arena is a theatre of violence, a deadly circus, but it is not a fighting pit. After all, fights always follow two narratives. Either monster prevails over the hapless victim, or the invincible hero chops off the monster's head. The outcome of every fight is predetermined, and its narrative depends on what the spectator wants to see. Some fighters are crowned favourites. The audience cheers them on, whistles and shouts for encouragement. And of course, there are other fighters, and they despise. The crowd jeers them from the stands. Why would anyone want to change all that? It would ruin the show. The audience wants a performance, not a competitive match between two professional gladiators. What's the point in fight about any arena drama? You might as well just flip a coin to decide who wins. Nobody wants a fair fight except Zeklex. The audience likes the way things are, but Zeklex handles the betting tables, and they haven't been very profitable. Of course, under my management, the arena makes money in other ways, but that's not enough for him. He wants to turn my magnificent theatre and violence into a stupid slaughterhouse. No, Zeklex wants to make this a fight where the gladiators, two skilled fighters fight, and nobody knows who's actually going to win. Get some rest before you restore your strength. The fear healer will mend your wounds, and Zeklex will take care of your other needs. Great. Hi. Hello. Hello. Oh my god, it's Athlum. Athlum sits in front of you, looking very much alive despite the recent death in the arena. However, she is not alone. Two other figures stand beside her. The first is an elderly woman with a wrinkled face. Despite her age, she still retains some of the grace and vigour of youth. The second is a very young girl who has only just passed from childhood to adolescence. Upon closer inspection, you realise both these figures look like Athlum. They all share the same face. Athlum looks up at you. She has high cheekbones and androgynous features that could easily be going along to a man or a woman. Her ears are partially hidden beneath her hair, but you can just make out their strange shape. You realise that Athlum is not human, though from a distance she could easily be mistaken for one. She greets you cheerfully and does not seem to harbour any resentment towards you. Ah, here comes our killer. We hope you enjoyed the sweet taste of victory. Athlum is of the Fae. She's not human, she's Fae. Young, old, past, present, future. The old woman who looks like Athlum adds in a stern voice, but we won't forget what you've done to us. It hurts us very much. Be glad we're not vindictive. Well, not normally. How did you survive? We are Fae of the First World. A tween being with joint thoughts and feelings. When two of us fight in the arena, the third one observes, hidden by magic. This way, one of us will stay alive, even if the others die. When morning comes, we will return to our triune form. I had to follow the rules of the arena. No one answers grumpily. Rules have nothing to do with it. This is the abyss, where rules are invented only to be broken. You killed us because we were your enemies, not because you wanted to follow the stupid rules. How do you create copies of yourself? Girl smiles mischievously and sticks out her tongue. It's a Fae secret. We won't tell you. Why do you refer yourself in plural? The elderly woman chuckles. She shrugs her shoulders and sighs. We are not one, and we are not three. We are a triune entity. This is the way we are accustomed to speaking. We are Athalam the Thunder Eyes, Fae from the First World. I'm proud of it. Scout of the Wild Hunt. It was Athalam's job to track down the prey and flush them out from hiding. After a good chase, there would be a feast, and Athalam always took a bottle of spiced wine to the monarch of the hunt. During one of the feasts, Athalam infuriated the monarch when she mixed up 2 bottles of wine. She brought him young wine, fragrant and smelling of spring, but he asked her for aged wine that tasted of oak, a wine that would leave the bitterness of regret on the tongue and make the soul sleep. Oh, Athalam joins in. Her voice trembled with bitterness, and the monarch said, "Don't you know the difference between young and old, Athalam? No? Well, I'll show you." And he banished Athalam from the First World. But the Fae used to be a good servant, so at the last moment the monarch relented. To help Athalam overcome her pathetic stupidity, the monarch taught her a special spell, and ordered her to cast a spell on herself every morning. This spell made Athalam a triune being, and helped her understand the difference between the vibrant youth and the grey hairs of old age. Young Athalam interrupts the older version of herself, and now Athalam has grown wise. We have become very wise, and the time is near when the monarch will summon us back to the Wild Hunt, and we'll be riding again with our brothers and sisters. We will drink, laugh, and no one will say, "Ha ha, Athalam is so foolish, she doesn't know the difference between young and old ever again." I would like to help me kill Gildafang in the arena. We should betray Ermanglef and kill his champion. That's an ambitious plan, and for some reason you have decided to seek our help. You killed us, but that's not stopped you from paying us a visit. This is all very unusual. Yes, you've intrigued us, now you must persuade us. We want to hear more about this treachery. How exciting. I'll give you a reward that's better than anything Ermanglef could offer. The option to leave. I'll choose the first one. The young Athalam nods her approval. She gestures toward the 2 other forms. That indicates that she is speaking on their behalf. The Galorian knows the meaning of fun. This sounds like very good fun. Joke counted in. Watch you would leave a sly smile. It's a mammoth. Look at that. Dire one. Ah. Hey, talk to you. Now I think we can't continue fight Gildafang in the arena. I need to talk to Zeklex to arrange a fight, but I've also been doing sneaky things in the background. And just now I think I've just convinced the Fae lady to thing. I am doing pretty well, thank you, Jess. We are in the arena. I've been kidnapped, but I am a mighty champion of Galorian. I'm sure I can get out of this eventually. But I must admit, a triune being. It's very interesting. I must admit that is not something I've never thought of. A being that is young and old at the same time. A bit like a Aeon, but except Aeons exist in past, present, and future all at once. So they're not exactly 3 different beings. They're one being in all 3 perspectives. This, on the other hand, is 3. By splitting herself like this, she's 3 beings. So when two of them fight in the arena, the third one's always hidden. So when the 1-2 die, the third one can always get back up again. Splits them back into the separate parts again. Therefore, they can never truly die. So long as one of the three pieces live, they always return. Right, that's the... Ah, it won't let me out into here, because this is the main audience room. So we're locked in here. Dial 1. A huge black-skinned man sits quivering in the corner. His giant body is covered in scars. Many of his injuries look like they should have been fatal. Yet somehow he's still alive. Some of his wounds are still fresh, but no one has bandaged him up or tried to heal him. The man's skin is in tatters, and blood oozes from his broken body. He is clearly in a lot of pain, and it's hard to believe that someone so badly injured could maintain his consciousness. He casts a wary glance in your direction and grunts something unintelligible. Can't make out his words, but his tone is unmistakably warning not to come any closer. Moves spine speed as he reaches for the items and snatches them away. Not yours. Go away. Who are you? Dial 1. Trevor? Are you Trevor Vinek? Social's brother? Nurgle still gazes at you, his lips trembling. He seems to be trying to speak, but the only sound comes from his parched throat, dry, wheezing croak. Finally he nods and manages to choke out hoarsely. Social. Yes, he is my brother. After applause, the gladiator touches your hand, and with his rough, deformed fingers, if he's trying to greet you with a handshake, but can't quite remember what he's supposed to do. His friend? My friend too, then. I have to go. Close his eyes and collapse on his mat with a dull moan. Right, so we found Social's brother, he's there. So even if he pulls up multiple guys against me,
Focus on the goal.
a good chance he can actually convince them to...
Watch out for trouble.
Ruska. Loot. Wow. Good fight. Ruska. A massive scaly demon greets you on arrival with a roar of fury. She spins her weapons towards you with a practiced ease, stopping the blade an inch from your chest. Galorian, new blood. You have not been in the league long, but you've already given me the chance to fight against Gildafang. I've been fighting in the arena for over a year now, but Mangalef protects his champion from me. Pathetic cowards, both of them. Who are you? The demon twirls her weapon in the air. The blade comes within a hair's breadth of your face. Surely you already know. I am Ruksa, the future champion of the Battle Bliss. We, Vavakia, are the greatest of the races, and even among my own kind, I'm considered the best and strongest. The power that roars with me is a gift from Lamatsusu herself. She gave me the strength to conquer the entire universe. What can that pompous, weakling Gildafang possibly do to me? I'll take him by his neck with one hand, and by his wings with the other, and then I'll tear him apart. You worship her? Yes. She created Vakia to rule and conquer. She gives us strength, power, superiority over all races, all the race. We are conquerors. Lamatashiru's firstborns, all Vakia. Kia must worship her. Last fight against Israel soon. Join forces and kill Gildafang. Why do I want to form an alliance with you, new blood? A Mangalef will rig the fight. He won't let you kill his champion. Yes, a Mangala is both smart and cunning, but he's a coward. He won't let me break his favourite toy in one-on-one fight. Fine, I won't kill you in the arena. I'll wait until Gilderfang shows up to fight you. Then I'll tear him to pieces. Perhaps I'll even let you live after. Finish with him. If you grovel in the dust and beg for mercy, I might choose to spare you. Okay, I have convinced, using Guile, I have convinced two of the squaddies to, well, sound like the best members of the Inheritance League. Two of the league to, turn around and stab him. Ah, that's the other thing. With the sinners. Oh, he's a demon. Incubus, maybe? No, I can't go that way either. Let's save before we talk to Gilderfang in case we set something off. For we have a cunning plan, my lord. Mostly, I'm going to convince half the arena to turn around and beat up his champion. If a Mangala wants to rig the fights, I'll rig him in my favour. Gilderfang screeched you a condescending sneer. He looks at you smugly, flicking his muscles, so that you can see his chiseled arrows beneath his smooth, flawless skin. His teeth have been neatly filed, and his impassive eyes hide a cold fury that could ignite into a hot, flaming rage any moment. You get the feeling that it wouldn't take much to set him off on a rampage. I must be my next victim. So you're the little Glorian who wants to challenge me for the title of Battle Bliss champion. Ooh, I'll have my bluff. I know a primitive Glorian. Nothing special about you. How disappointing. Why do you fight in the arena? Because it's fun. Where else can I unleash my passion and my wild and sensual spirit? If I don't fight, I feel terrible. Aching in my pain in my bones. Without release, my power grows sour and stale, like a rancid brew. And only the thing that can cleanse me from this stagnation is to find a victim, and torment them until they howl. Their wail, pain, and humiliation rushes over me and restores my power to its full potency. Well, then do I become myself again. Gilderfang the Invincible, the true ruler of the Battle Bliss. I killed a lot of your kind like a Glorian. Oh right, I heard about that. A real demon exterminator. Supposedly you have amazing powers, or something like that. But you don't seriously think that your enemies on Glorian could compare with a demon like me, do you? Even my rivals are more powerful than puny foes you defeat back on your world. Sorry, but your special powers aren't enough to impress me. I mean, I have to roll at least a 10? No, I have to roll 20 to get that. I wonder if you can like bluff and make him to attack and then his collar kicks in. Slayer, Master, your fight with Attilan was glorious. You were so bloodthirsty and fierce. When we learned that we would have the privilege of warming you up in the arena before your fight with Gilderfang, our battle cry shook the walls of the arena. Those exquisite wounds, burn and cuts on your bodies. When your blood spatters on our clothes, we'll consider it a mark of honor. It's a great honor to fight the champion. If you defeat him, Master, we'll celebrate your victory. We are your slaves, so we share your glory. And if you die, defeat the great Gilderfang, that was also honorable. We'll fight you bravely, and if one of us deal a fatal blow, we'll kill you in the most beautiful, painful way possible. Great battle. Alright, so I think those guys are too dedicated.
Keep your calm.
Well, I have a trick for fighting with people. It's called being able to turn into a giant dragon. He looks utterly miserable. I am guilty. I should have warned you. I've acted dishonorably and I feel awful. Did you know I was walking into a trap? I didn't know for sure, but I did have my suspicions. All the members of the Hadron League are considered Immangleth's property, and since gladiators are valuable assets, they're not allowed to leave the arena. All the elite fighters in the battle blitz wear those collars. I did suggest to Mangleth that he should make an exception in your case. I told him that he should allow you to remain free. I thought I had managed to convince him, but clearly I was wrong. These collars are worn by all the members of the Hadron League. You won't be able to leave the arena. If you try to escape, the collar will immediately teleport you back to the battle list. If you try to hurt Mangleth or to harm his property while wearing his collar, it will transfer you to a safe and quiet place where you can calm down. Of course, the collar will be removed when you enter the arena. That's the only time members of the Hadron League are allowed to fight one another. And Mangleth doesn't want his precious property damaged outside the arena. But there are no such restrictions once his fights are inside. As long as there are screaming crowds in the stand, what they want to one another. You're that champion. You'll take your collar off when you fight. As soon as you enter the arena, free and unaffected. You can do whatever you want. A lot of guys believe that they're invincible. They're so confident in their abilities, they'll challenge anyone to a fight. If our gladiators had collars, they used to strut around the streets of pick fights with dangerous opponents. Well, it's a good number of fighters that way. Even worse, they would fight among themselves and kill or maim one another outside the arena, without any spectators to watch. That's why I had the idea to create these collars. However, Mangleth stole my idea and took all the credit for it. Yes, I violate the terms of our partnership. What choice did I have? If I told you you might lose your freedom, you would have fight. I had no qualms about deceiving you before we formed the partnership, but I regret that I had to do so after we made a deal. Oh, I understand. I apologize once again if I'd set you free if I could. You helped me escape. First of all, I have a plan that'll set you free of the collar and help you defeat Gelderfang, and trust me, you will need my help. While you were unconscious, Mangleth managed to find the Nahadrian crystal. Gelderfang has been obsessed with getting his hands on one, and his wish finally came true. A demon called Mustafen took the crystal into Gelderfang's room and locked the door. For the next few hours, the sound of the champion's scream shook the arena. When Gelderfang emerged from his room, he was covered in blood, but he also looked stronger and more powerful than ever. And Mangleth is confident that you don't stand a chance against the champion, but I disagree. I think you can win. We've lied a long time at the moment. Our opponent's cards on the table. Let's see what hand we've been dealt. Nods in agreement with each sentence. The lads you brought from the Wollong will probably fight against you. They may belong to you, but I doubt they will make a difference. Of course, you can try to persuade them otherwise. They would certainly make valuable allies. However, for now, I consider them a hindrance rather than help to our plan. Gelderfang is, of course, an extremely dangerous opponent, but he's not without his vulnerabilities. For example, he doesn't know that you hired the succubi to keep him company. Since you paid for their services, I think they'd be willing to accommodate some special requests. If you want to weaken Gelderfang before the fight, I'm sure you could persuade them to help you. I think that's everything. Try and make use of these advantages, and during the fight, it'll be your best chance to defeat Gelderfang. And while you fight for the title of championship, I'll eliminate Mangleth. He'll be vulnerable about his favourite bodyguard. Did you mention Mustafen? I killed him not long ago. I've heard that one person claim the same thing before. It didn't stick. That weasel Mustafen is surprisingly hard to kill. That will not be fair, as you already know, Mangleth doesn't believe in a level playing field. First we'll send some weak fighters just to whet the opponent's appetite. Then you will have to face more experienced gladiators. I have no doubt that you'll defeat them. Might prove troublesome. Try not to let them weigh you down, and avoid injury as much as possible. You'll need to save your strength. Next, I suspect some members of the Hadron League will enter the arena. Michael will send in some of his most loyal fighters. I expect to see Aslem and Luska. They don't care if the fights are fair or not. All they care about is gold and fame. And that's when Mangleth will be defenseless. battles will be ours. Yes, I bet my life on this plan, and I'm not just going to stand back and leave things to chance. I can hire some assassins to attack Gelderfang in the arena. Of course, they won't be able to kill him, but they might distract him long enough for you to finish him off. Okay. Nothing to do. I'm going to save again. And let's talk to... I have made more than a few schemes of my own. I think I managed to convince his two loyal Hadrian Leaguers to turn around and stab Gelderfang in the backside. So the guy I killed has come back. Succubus you've hired on Zelek's instruction recognize you at once and wave at you enthusiastically. You've really pulled us out of the stops, but tell me, is your ambition to kill Gelderfang? If so, though, that would suggest you had an interior motive for hiring us. Is there something in particular you had in mind? What do you need to do? Gives you a wink and lowers a voice. He's absolutely enthralled. He believes our visit is a gift from an anonymous fan. If it weren't for your presence in the battle list, he would have been completely happy. But it seems like your arrival has made Gelderfang a bit cranky. Of course, he pretends like everything's alright, but he clearly considers you a threat. Gelderfang hasn't been afraid of anyone in a long time, so he finds you deeply unsettling. I have a job for you. Of course, after all, that's why you hired us. You paid for our services, and we'll really do our job. What do you have in mind? Just give the word, and we'll make a lecherous champion miserable. Seduce him before the fight. Wear him out with your games of passion and pleasure until he is thoroughly exhausted. He smiles at you, revealing her even pearly white teeth. You know what to ask for. He is an incubus, he has a lot of stamina, and no one can outlast him in bed. Well, no one except a succubus. Fine, we'll arrange everything. A very special night for the champion. By the time we're through with him, this Gelderfang of yours won't even be able to punch a closet. Yeah, he's an incubus, but I hired 3 succubus. 3 of the best succubus in the business. So I'm pretty sure poisons won't work. If he's been tweaked or modified, he'll probably be highly resilient to poison. Take care of yourself out, Landsider. If you survive the fight with the champion, drop by the brothel to see us. We'll give you a night to remember. After all, Gelderfang shouldn't have all the fun. Oh, if a Mengele thinks he's the one pulling the strings on this one, in this place, boy, he got another thing coming. we're pulling the strings too. Oh, lots of strings. I'm gonna save. I might not be the best idea, but I'm gonna save anyway. I mean, going back to fight her again wouldn't be a point, to be honest. See, I didn't even fire one spell. I don't think. No. I think I used one bone rattle shuttle and that's it. Everything on you, it's anything at risk. I hope that you're not making a mistake. Good luck, and may whatever gods you worship protect you. My dear sir, I am a god. Now, if you could teleport the rest of my companions, it'd be great. Time a glorious fight. This ambitious Golorian wants to fight the champion of Balbus himself, the deadly Gelderfang. How exciting! Who will emerge victorious? My better than the Golorian. No one can defeat Gelderfang, especially not a soft, squishy mortal. Entertainment is just boring. That's Hetsamira. I'm sure the Balbus Arena will be able to entertain you, my dear Hetsamira. Today the Mephit Slayer will fight Gelderfang himself. After a few warm-up rounds. How about a warm-up? Look at all these Mephits going around. I think it's time for the signature move. Let's hear it for the Mephit Slayer. You know, I don't like you. I really don't. I'll take the pieces. Champion, screw that. Whoever kills Glorian gets double ration for dinner. Hehe. Well, let's see. Now please give a warm welcome. The match was Burp. Who's that? Netflix. Ah, no mind. Give a warm welcome from Mephit Slayer's friends. Yeah. This is. Yeah. Okay, this is fine now. We've got a crew with me. You're all dead.
Let's have some fun.
I should try a spell. Well, I mean, you're gonna get people this way. Well, that was like 90% of them in one go, so. This is just embarrassing. No, you're in melee. Why are you in melee mode? You click there. And the way Barry killed him. Going for some serious bloodshed, give one of our best fighters. Probably lost some skill to our contestant. I'm like, yeah, but I got my squad and I've already got a Blaze-Stone there. Let's go! Is this the guy who won't touch Mephit Slayer? Want to fight on his side against the champion? Okay, I've been doing this. How many? You guys are like, ow! Get on there! Ow! Stop it! I won't come on this side of the ring to get hurt.
No match for me.
Oop. I don't know what's happening yet, but everyone seems to be going dappy. Yes, that does seem to be the case. You know what? You cast a haste spell and we can get like spread out a bit because of course, because instead of marching forward to fight them, they've had just like just dropped a spell on them immediately. So. Actually, where's our wand? Well done. The Empower Meta Mode, Greater Persistent Meta Magic, Greater Quickening Meta Magic. The one was really cool though. Rod of Magical Affinity. The rod becomes useless. I think I'll save that one like to the end. To get like a really good situation where we really need it.
I'll rip you apart.
better. It's like down to one piece now. Death from above! Ouch! My Laban! My skill guardian at the back. They're looking very happy with themselves back there. Doing Screech. Oh well, let's get Death Field. Another Death Field. I'm out of Death Field. Ah, I couldn't hit the wrong. Oh, look at the quick match as well.
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
Oh, I got him as well. Melee kill. Blech. Who will bring an end to this stirring victories? Behold the fires from the Hedron League. Give up for Asalem and Rukas. Yeah, they said this is not going to go the way they think, because it's like... Shut me down once, now I'll get my revenge. I'll rule this place, kneel for me, pathetic maggots. You will abide by our agreement, you bell. Do you expect me to fall for this stupid plan of yours? And deal with Gelderfang later? Ah well, I got to do it, one out of two, so...
Time to practice my
Ow!
combat abilities.
Ow! Oh, that hurt.
Na el orma.
Oh, she's got great invisibility going. Ow! 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 Eat! I'm almost dead now. Leap! Ruska joined us. Oh yeah, for the event that leads everyone on the edge of the seats. Welcome to the arena, the invisible champion, Gelderfang! Where am I? I'm here. Welcome, your ruler. I have come here to give you a gift. This poor creature's death will make it. I'll make it exquisite.
I'm here. Where else would I be?
I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but
Do not fear. Do not.
Alter. Yeah, I think just outside the barrier. Oh, hit. Right. Up. Well, he's close enough. That, so some strange reason rearrange that thing. Quick, hit the other man, don't touch the Glorian. Where are your fans? Woohoo! This seems a Mephit Slayer has fans inside the hell in the fight. I don't know if Succubus actually managed to do the job or not. I got guys left, right and centre, mate. You are severely and heavily outnumbered. What do you mean? Well, I may or may not have. And you know what? And there's in a while, so. Ta-da! I got one ground level 2 on their side and one on ours.
Into the fray!
What's that supposed to happen? It's 50-50. Right, let's do this then. 1 and 2, I'll show you how to do this properly. Please use of his action though, it's fine. And now I'll show you what happens when I can do magic on multiple levels powers. Ouch. I just told you a new one. He got wrecked. Oh, that was two. Well, back to my turn again. Ooh. How can you have so many turns? You have no idea. What's up with some help? Jesus Christ. Angle them. I know you that, but give him a bonk.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
But what's this? It seems like the Mephit Slayer's fans of. Zeklik has Mengleth by the throat. The injured camp is on his knees and blood seeps from his wounds. Zeklik raises his dagger in a gesture of triumph. We won! Now we just need to finish him off and I'll let you do the honours. He licks his lips nervously. He glances back and forth between you and Zeklik. I am supposed to be pleased with my life now? This is the moment where I try to offer soften the hearts of my cunning killers? Well, why not? Dramatically, he falls to his knees and begs against a wail so loudly even the spectators in the back stands can hear him. What are you doing? Looks like a deal, Zeklik. I gave you everything you wanted. He thrusts his arms towards you. And you, champion, our newest champion, I always believed you would win. I am your biggest fan, spare me. Oh, finish the sleazebag off. He's tried multiple times to kill you off in the arena. Now it's time for you to pay him back. Please have mercy on me. I promise my generosity will know no bounds. I beg of you, spare me. I want to arrange an unfair fight again. I'll even give the arena over to you, Zeklik. Champion, I'll give you anything you want. Shamira, save me! A Mengleth's wailing lament can be heard from the back of the stand. He gives such a moving performance, the audience bursts into applause. A rather tasteless performance, but you can't deny his dedication to the role. You call that acting? You should have seen back in that Cannabis. The guards caught us, we'd give him a real show. Real tragical. We were, let me tell you. As if to demonstrate the Tiefling's face crumples, his eyes fill with tears, his voice quivers so much of pain and fear it would melt the heart of stone. First you let a single tear roll down your cheek, then all you have to sound really pitiful. Mister, please, have mercy on me. I'm a young, foolish. I didn't know any better. Works like a charm every time, but this felt forced. Where's the emotion? I ask you. Where's the soul? Don't be angry at me. Zeklik was the one who came up with all those nasty ideas. Doing against me. But I've never done anything against you. Sure, I've been laughing at you and having fun, but that's not what I do. It's a role I play. About everything and everyone. The audience loves it. It's to blame for everything. Liar. I'm so tired of your lies. Utter the cry of triumph. Mengleth is dead. I, Zeklik, lay claim to the battle of this. The arena is all mine. From now on, there will be no more dirty fights and no more sham rivalries. And no more dull shows. The fights will become unpredictable. Opponents will be evenly matched, and the thrill of battle will have you all on your edge of your seats. Well, that's the one thing about actual fair fights, where you pit two guys that are close in skill to each other. It becomes a real game of chance of who's actually going to win. If anyone's had a problem with these arrangements, I can tell you what with a new champion. my champion. Bell, Gelderfang Slayer. And now the looter. Seriously? In the middle of the arena, yes. Fearless Vanguard. Breastplate 2. Fearless Vanguard sounds good. My Gelderfang, he had the good stuff. Also the...
Rules are made to be broken.
Get rid of that way, please. Demon Gladiator who died to that. Mangler had rubbish on him. Really? Cloak of 3? Protection 3. Fit Make 4. Best Play 4, that's decent. Blinding Wrath. Plus 5. Oof. Why am I doing that? It'll just keep rolling up with the health as it goes along. Let's see. Anna kick. Great Axe confers a critical hit. It also deals normal damage to weapon damage to all creatures in melee range, including the wielder and their allies. Ooh, wow. That's what we call blinding wrath, alright. It just hits everybody. Clout. No. Well, yay. This one. Alright guys, time to leave. Party time! The Battle has a new champion. The demons sing your praises. You have won their respect. Tell me, champion, do you enjoy the attention? Are you basking in your newfound glory? I had to respect their customs. Yes, I understand the circumstances forced you to take part in their bloody sport, but the honour and admission of the crowds came at a cost. Lives were lost. I hope the glory you attained from killing others in the arena does not weaken the strength of your convictions. You do realise I'm going to turn into a devil at the end of this, right? What? Really? Yes. But you're an Aeon, you're like, the honour of law. Yes, but I chose this because I can't, if I don't, I can't become a devil. I think you have your own choice as trickster. If we have freedom to come in and out of this section, which would be nice. Zeklex. It's very grand and important. He's clearly enjoying his new status. His shoulders look strong and broad, and he appears to have grown a few inches taller. However, he still addresses you politely, and you can hear the respect in his voice. The Battle Bliss welcomes its new champion. How can it be assistance? Okay, so he's not going to say anything, but we definitely made a name for ourselves. Now I want to go outside, and I'm going to Darren takes a half step forward, stopping slightly closer than you than typical companion would, but not close enough for it to be out to an intimate gesture. It is finally over. He makes a move as intended to touch your hand, but restrains himself at the last moment, noting grumpily, "How did you capture them?" Those demons only thought they captured me, although they know they'd bitten off more than they can chew. Poor demons. Shall I try to pretend I feel sorry for them? Do I look convincing? In any case, I'm glad that it's all over and we are happily reunited. It seems I've developed some kind of addiction to your presence. Not a fatal illness, but still troubling. Now there will be no more sudden disappearances in your future. My poor nose could not abide it. What if I change my party members here? But yeah, I think that's the romance option. Whoever you choose to romance does that with you. As they are not happy you were taken captive. That's fine, we won the battle list. Right, we're out here. I want to change my party. don't think that's an option. I think I have to return to the Nexus and pick up Sosil. So let's go turn around. For the sake of this, we'll take one you out and put you in. Back to Battle Bliss, because the Prisoner of the Abyss is here. And then we'll have to do some moralistic choice thing with him to choose some sort of path, prayer thing, or some sort. I think just the fact that we've actually saved his brother is a good ending. Preferably before he gets himself killed. Turn on when you come higher level. It's like I am as high level as I can get. Hey, can't you get no more higher? Okay, maybe I need to talk to him to get back there. I have brought Sosil with me, so... My companion Sosil needs to meet the Dire One. Forgive me, champion, but rules are rules. You can talk to Dire One whenever you like, but your companion cannot. However, with your permission, I can arrange a meeting for them in the arena. By meeting, I mean a fight. Is that option suitable for you? I agree. Trevor is my brother. He would never raise a hand against me. I won't be so sure of that. The arena has changed him, but who knows? We certainly can't rule out the possibility of a peaceful outcome. So let's make a deal. If the Dire One, I mean Trevor, really does recognize you and refuses to fight, I'll send someone else into the arena, so you can fight against your opponent together. As all spectators paid to see a show, you can't disappoint them. It would be bad for business. The show? Fine, I agree. After all I've gone through to find him, we'll have a fight. But if we win, you'll let him go free. We leave the arena together. You're trying to bankrupt me? Looks as though he's about to object, but a glance in your direction seems to change his mind. Fine. Unfortunately, I am in no position to argue. Let's make a wager. Your brother's life, your life for your brother's freedom. Do we have a deal? Very good. Follow me, please. So we'll go with Sosil. I wonder if I can just like get the guy to freedom by requesting his freedom anyway. Steps in the arena, his eyes wandering around the stall, stands full of clamorous spectators. The faces of the demons and mortals alike blur, merging into a horrendous, multi-eyed monster which roars at the top of its many lungs in an endless thirst for blood. They are chanting, the Dire, the Dire, the Dire, and the Dire One answers their call. The dark-skinned warrior, his enclosed helmet, approaches Sosil, his body covered in scars, old and new, entwining in webway like layers. Even the fingers of the veteran gladiator are marred and disfigured. Those same hands that once produced delicate wooden designs, a source of joy for the whole village, now grip a weapon that is pointed at the young cleric. Trevor, brother, is that you? The helmet of the gladiator from hearing anything prevents them to hear anything that's not already drowned out by the crowd. The warrior breaks into sprint. Not a Sosil, the sword raised to strike. Killing ball suddenly freezes motionless and looks the victim in the eyes. Socio? Trevor rolls his weapon slowly, his disfigured fingers unclench, letting the sword fall to the arena floor. The guy collapses with knees next to the blade. Brother, I'm so sorry. You don't have to apologize. You chose this path and have been following it heroically. I am proud of you. Well, showing surprise, the gladiators have lost their will to fight. Each of them would rather die than witness the other bleed out in the arena. Well, we're giving them just a chance to do both. This is a unique gift from the Battleless Arena to you. Come back tomorrow and place your bets. Will the Dire One and his newfound brother stand strong against their enemies? Who will win? Two mortals or one Vavakia? Yeah, you'll soon find out. Let's give a round of applause to the final Raw Trevor Fearless Warriors. Garth, take the Dire One and that, whatever his name is, take them away. Oh. Blade from the ground and points to the arena guards circling the two brothers. It's truly an intimidating effect on the demons. Young Clay plays with the palm on top of the brother's huge colossal fists and clutching the blade hilt. The eyes meet through the slit of the helmet and something changes. Already an enormous muscular hulk, Trevor becomes even larger, stronger. Power bestowed upon Socio by his commanders, channeling for his brother as well. My goodness, can you hear me? Goddess, can you hear me? I am not worthy of your grace. I have abandoned my path and your teachings for this endless, hopeless war. No, but if you can still hear me, my prayers, please keep my brother safe. Cool. Lost. Now run, escape. Farewell, brother. Remember me. Pursued by demonic screams of thunder crackling like rock. He turns back to the last one place that the brother fought his final battle against the Abyss.
It's over. Trevor is gone. At least, I got a chance to see him one last time, and to witness his final heroic deed. Thank you. I would have never found him without your help.
I am sorry for your loss.
Thank you. How am I going to tell her mother? I don't want her to know of his fall. I'll tell them he died like a hero, fighting demons in the Abyss. That's not a lie. It really happened.
What will you do now?
I will remember him at his best. I will do everything I can to end this war as soon as possible. Nobody deserves what Trevor had to endure, and I will make sure nobody else will.
Do you think he is a hero?
Yes. He strayed from the path of a paladin, but not the ideals of the Crusade itself. Even the thought of what these monsters did to him terrifies me. Still, despite the unimaginable torment, he was able to remember who he once was. I think he would have inspired even the best of the Hell Knights if he hadn't been caught by these demons.
We'll have to keep going.
Yes, let us.
Well. Necklace. So my apologies, such behavior is unprofessional of me. It's just that he would have made a perfect addition to the arena. Well, that was actually kind of expected. I mean, no one's going to turn away a free gladiator. Let's face it, at the end of the day, no one's going to turn down a free gladiator. Oh well. That's a sad, unfortunately, that one did not end well for Socio. But I don't think all these quests do. Yep. Okay, so that's that. Every hey, many know him now. We're well known. We are now the champion of the art of making friends. We are now known across the abyss. We're starting to make waves. Enough that even Nocticula is probably going to soon take interest in us. Yeah, we're done using Social for now.
Focus on the goal.
Actually no, you know what? I haven't used any spells. I've got plenty in the tank still. I'll be worried when I use my level 8 spells. But my level 6 spells are still in plentiful supply. Actually, I'll put that in this place. That's only really useful when I find the undead at a certain health level. And it won't work on guys with 9 or more HD dice. So, Sossil out. And I'll take you because you didn't need to do much. And the Flesh Market, so where we want to go, because that's where the Art of Making Friends quest is going. We are now recognized on sight. And Zeklex doesn't bother having us hang around the arena because, quite frankly, he knows full well we don't have to. And I bet the arenas are actually probably doing a booming business. If we can fight again in the arena.
Watch out for trouble.
Missed me already.
Yes. My my gladiators are not rightfully trained. I see. Oh, that's fine. You're quite right on that one. It's not they're not fully trained. There's no point. And let's face it, if Zeklex can get good deals from him to buy decent quality gladiators. Nope. And move away now. Going up. You know what, coming to... I'll turn you back to human. Thank you. It's very hard to do your equipment when you're not human. I don't actually give him any things, he does bare hand, because let's face it, he attacks people in with a birdie form. Oh god, when was the last time I actually did any of your... Jesus. When was the last time I did any of your gear? Decent belt. Let's see, you got a ring of protection 2. Good god. No. Alright, that's not working. Yeah, they don't stack. He's got totally higher protection 4, so it's fine. Let's see. Hide armor 4. That's embarrassing. I mean, light armor's pretty high on the thing, but its armor score is low. Can't wear heavy. The breastplate 4 is pretty decent. See, shapeshifter. I'm not sure what his actual. I think strength is the best one for him. Let's see, any good weapons for you? Light mace. Light mace 1. That's because 9% of the time he's in bird form. Tunica. Nope. Robes. Need tunic. Well, Swan Bane class, that's fine. Mass by resistance. Oh god. Sorry, that's resistance. Close resistance 4. Resistance 2. That's like. It's embarrassing to do that you even have that on. I'm sure something went weird with my graphics right now because they should be fully themed there. Everything else is fine. Again, he tends not to have that because he does unarmed combat. He punches people. He also sprouts claws for his hands. So he doesn't really need weapons. He has weapons that attach to his hands. Right, senior guard. Can I get in here now? What do you want, stranger? You're known in the city. I don't think Shamira would deny you an entry audience. Come in. I'm known across the whole sea. I am the champion of the Battle Bliss. And I did it in with a cunning plan. Okay, nearly cunning plan. I almost had everybody on the field on my side of the table. But Ruska didn't want to join in. She was more determined that she was going to kill us and then kill Gilifang herself. I don't think the succubus herself either. They weren't that strong, to be honest. And we destroyed him. A lot of guards here. Ooh boy. Notes on paper. Major. Nocticular. One Demon Lord. Will swap without even noticing Grovel suck. So Empress is a good mood. So the phase was incomplete and seeing that someone was taking notes pretty much on the go. Nocticular. Our Lady Queen of the Midnight Isles. Rules in general and Shamira in particular. Obey her, all her orders, and never turn your back on her. Shamira, as the sea steward, bangs Nocticular, naturally, in good standing with her. If you want to live in the city, you better respect her. Allies, Descari. Important, Descari may be an ally, but he's a spawn of Pazu, who tussles with Lanasu. Be careful. Baphomet, Demon Lord, rules the every labyrinth, best buzz with Descari. Nocticular's ally for now, used to bang, now bunks up with Sukov Benoff. Dangerous, his cultists can slip into enemy ranks better than worms in your arse. Watch out if you spot double agents. Bug out at once. Enemies, Pazuzu. Demon Lord rules high. Invena fights with Lemon Tissue and by proxy with Baphomet. Demon Lord rules Cathedral Felmic. Nocticular's brother and former lover. got the boot, now sulks and wallows in depravity, but only once in a while. As Kato, here's a rundown of what you need to understand. Do not mess these guys up. There, it's important.
There are many roads to success.
God, it's terrifying. The red-haired beautiful demon is sits majestically on the throne, an aura of bright light blazing around her. It's not the gentle, light-giving light that shines in Glorian. This blinds, withers, and makes a person burn with fever, draining their strength. And who do we have here? The latest wanderer from another world coming to seek my patronage? Miller up and down, contemptuous, then answers with a scoff. So what use can you be to me, you foolish little mortal? Powerful demons serve me. What is your pitiful self offers me that they can't? In your mind, Shamira's voice sounds calmer, though it's still arrogant. In truth, there is one thing you can help me with, Golorian, but the others mustn't know about it. Work for me, and I'll grant you a share of my attention and patronage. No doubt you've already heard of the Hedrian crystals. Of astonishing power that grant their owner incredible abilities. Everyone in Alushia knows they exist, but no one knows what they are or where to get them. No one except for that smug cow Hetsamira. I want to find out what they are. My advice is to start searching that pile of refuse known as the Lost City. As for Zephyrian, here, my predecessor, now a beggar, he'll find that pathetic wretch. If that pathetic wretch is still alive, he may know something. Now go, and don't bother returning until you have the information I need. Here, take my mark, so the arch near my palace will let you in. I don't want you to waste my time waiting while you wind your way back through the streets of my city with valuable information. The handy inheritor addresses you with an undercurrent of alarm in his words. I see greed in the eyes of this fiend. She's ready to offer you a deal, and I sense that more than idle interest lies behind it. We both know the Hedrian crystals can make demons immensely powerful. We are pursuing Hetsamira to prevent her from creating and unleashing upon us an army of mythical monsters transformed by these crystals. Yet if you reveal the secrets of the crystals to Shamira, we risk simply trading one enemy for another. Our mission demands we make concessions, but does not mean we must blindly obey every demon's request. Weigh each of Shamira's words, remember how cunning she is, and do not let her turn you into a tool she can commit atrocities. Arm your heart and do only what you must, not what she, with all her promises and charms, will try to convince you to do, and be prepared to find a knife in your back at any moment. So I think you and Hetsamira aren't friends, I take it. In mind, Shamira's voice answers like an arrogant scoff. Best be friends with that miserable cow? Of course not. I am courting her to learn her secrets. And that's a constant struggle not to put her in her place. Buffer minions are far too bold here. You ever heard of Hedrian crystals? Ha! Are all Glorians so stupid and observant? They are purple crystals possessing grants immense power. Unfortunately, only high-ranking servants of Baphomet know where to find them, or how to use them. They used the crystals to gain tremendous power, and now they strut around the city like they own the place. When I first heard about the crystals, it reminded me of the last days of Zephyrian's rule. He was Nocticula's right hand before me. He was plotting a coup, and I was spying on him to turn him into Nocticula, and take his position. I remember that he was trying to get his hands on a purple crystal of some kind, and he eventually succeeded. I didn't pay much attention at the time, but the current situation makes me think. Perhaps it was an Hedrian crystal he was after. If so, the Thorian might know something about them. In the depths, if he's still alive, the gravity of meticulous punishment would have dragged him to the very bottom of Alucia. Alucia, yeah. Dig through the garbage, talk to the vagrants and beggars. You'll surely don't expect me to do it, do you? Why did you choose me for this mission? That's an unexpected side. Because you are neither a demon nor a resident of the city. You're a wild card, an insignificant Galorian. No one is interested in your exploits, and you will not draw any unnecessary attention. You're not bound in service to any demon, and therefore, if you do have any information, you will bring it to the one who you pay the most for it. That is to say, me. You won't run to your master because you don't have one. At least not here in the Abyss. If I gave this task to one of my servants, I could be sure of only one thing, that they would sell the information of my interest to my enemies, and then, if they learn anything about the crystals, they would use the information to benefit themselves instead of bringing it to me. Imagine a serious mine not far from the Nexus. Be on your guard, champion. If you share your knowledge of this dangerous creature, your reward, you'll see my patronage. Yes, you'll have it, earned it. Don't push your luck. As a mortal, you should be grateful to have the opportunity to freely give you this information. Oh yes, it is an incomparable pleasure to gradually deprive it. They once had, first their hope, then their noble appearance, their innocence, and finally their life. When they scream, renouncing everything they once believed in, their masters, their gods, their heritage, it is music to my ears. Unaware of who stole that batch of young Asimir women from me, the ones who were being shipped to Dinyuk in the flesh markets. I remember that Galorian. Expecting to hear from me, we almost out the rest of the city to tell you. Would you really think I'll spill her secrets to you? In Shao doesn't, like being discussed behind her back. Meantime in her aisles, prove that her anger can be extremely dangerous. On many planes, including Galorian, right? At night she sometimes comes insane rapists, murders and paints their minds pictures of immortality and horror. Over the bodies of her victims she climbed to an unbelievable height, and now she stands far above her loathsome brother. Thus she has proven her victories were gained not just by means of her power, intelligence and willpower. Right, so knowledge she has of the crystals she may, where they find them she may have, but not any information about them. She knows nothing. Yeah, so we still got to talk. Sword of Valor. I haven't got any of those. Art of making friends. So we managed to get we've learned more of the thing. So, let's go hold and get over here faster. Art of making friends, Belloc Taverns. That's happened. Now I think we're actually out of time for the stream. This has gone way faster than I thought. Yeah, I did tell her where to find the crystals, but they're useless to her. Without knowledge of how to use them, trinkets pretty lovely, yes, but they don't have any power.